Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Susan. So for today's class, we're going to get started having a comfortable seat on the floor. Whatever's comfortable for you. You can be sitting with your legs out in front of you, or if you want, you could sit in a cross-legged position, or maybe even sitting on a pillow, or whatever is comfortable. We're going to start today by doing something called measured breathing. We're going to see if we can have the length of our inhale match the length of our exhale. If you want, you can close your eyes, just lightly closed, and taking a breath in through your nose, count to 3 or 4, 5, whatever works best for you. And then when you exhale through your nose, see if you can exhale the same length. So let's try that. Taking a breath in and a breath out. We'll continue like that for a bit, using whatever length works best for you with the inhales and the exhales. See if you can kind of relax while you're doing this, releasing tension. And maybe one more time like that. All right, we're just going to turn our head now, turning our head to the side, looking to the side. Coming back to the front and turning our head the other way. Coming back to the front, let's do that again. Turning our head to the side, back to the front, and then the other way, and back to the front. We'll tip our head to one side, our hand is lightly on our head, our other hand can kind of walk out to the side here, getting a little stretch on your neck. And we'll hold that for just another breath. Coming back to the middle, tipping your head the other way, your hand is lightly on your head, walking your other hand out a little bit, and taking a nice inhale and exhale here. Let's come back to the center. We're going to roll our shoulders in a circle. If you want, you can have your fingertips on your shoulders, thinking about circling your elbows around nice and big, and then the other way around, rotating your shoulders a few times, going around in a circle. All right, very good. All right, we're going to come now to what is called tabletop. We're coming to our hands and knees with our hands underneath our shoulders. Our knees are under our hips. We're going to do the cat-cow stretch. So we're rounding our back up on the cat and lowering down, coming through our arms for the cow. Let's do this a couple times, rounding up cat, lowering down cow. Let's do it a couple more, maybe with your breath, maybe exhaling for the cat and inhaling as you come through your arms for the cow. One more time with the cat and the cow. All right, coming back to our tabletop, let's lift our left arm up so it's alongside our head. We can be looking down at the mat here with our arm reaching forward. And we'll take another breath. We'll put that down. Let's lift our right arm up. So our right arm is as high as our head. We can be looking down at the mat, just holding our arm up. We'll lower that down. Now let's lift our left leg up behind us, bringing our left leg up to the height of the rest of our body. Maybe having a flexed foot here, having some energy going through your leg here, holding it up. And then we'll lower it down. Let's lift up our right leg now, lifting our right leg up to the height of the rest of our body. You can be looking down at your mat and then coming back to tabletop. We're going to do what's called balancing cat. We're going to lift up our left arm alongside so it's as high as our head. we're going to lift up our right leg. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg, holding this up for a little bit here in our balancing cat pose. Let's hold it just a little bit longer. And then we'll put that down. Let's do the other side, lifting our right arm up now and our left leg. And you can be looking down at your mat here, having some energy going through both your arm and your leg, extending in opposite directions. And we'll put that back down. Let's have our knees a little bit apart here. We're going to cross our big toes back behind us, and we're going to sit back. So we're sitting back towards our feet. And then we're going to come, bringing the rest of our body forward. We're coming into child's pose. You can cross your forearms here and rest your forehead on your forearms. Or you can have your arms out in front and resting your forehead down on the mat. We'll take a few breaths here in child's pose. And then let's bring our arms out in front if they're not already. So extended child's pose with your arms reaching out straight in front. Your hands are down on the mat. We're going to walk our hands over to the right, maybe even off the mat, and putting your left hand on top of your right, getting a nice stretch here on your left side. And let's just hold that just a little bit more. We'll walk back through the middle with our hands and then walk our hands over to the left, maybe crossing our right hand on top of our left, getting a nice stretch on the side. Let's come back to the center. We're coming back to tabletop. From here, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So for downward facing dog, we'll tuck our toes and lift our hips up into the air. So here we are, your heels do not need to touch the ground. Let's bend our knees, see if you can get your hips up a little bit higher here in our upside down shaped V. And your fingers are spread really wide, starfish fingers here in your downward facing dog pose. You could bend one knee, straighten the other, and then alternate which knee is bent and which knee is straight. And then we'll come back to downward dog, walking our feet towards our hands, rolling up to standing. All right. Here we are now in our Tadasana pose, standing nice and tall in Tadasana. Feeling our feet rooted into the earth. Standing up nice and tall, our hands can be facing forward. Let's take a breath in, bringing our arms up. And a breath out, bringing our arms down. Let's do that again, inhaling up, maybe looking up, exhaling down. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. All right, let's interlace our fingers together. We're going to turn our hands inside out and bring our arms around in a circle. Rotating around a few times. All right, very good. And then let's go the other way around with this arm rotation. We'll come back to the center. We'll bring our arms up above our head for a nice big stretch up. And then let's stretch over to the side. Coming back to the middle and then over to the other side. Back to the middle and bringing our arms back down, back to Tadasana. All right, we're going to do a leg rotation here. Your hands can be on your hips. Thinking about putting all your weight into one leg, we're going to bring the other one around in a circle. So we're rotating from our hip joint here, going around in a circle with our leg. And then let's go the other way around a few times. All right, very good. Let's switch to the other side. Now all the weight is on the other leg, going around in a circle. Coming back to the middle and the other way around. All right, very good. and back to the center. Let's just bend and straighten our knee a few times here, a little gentle kick forward. And then we'll rotate our foot around, rotating our ankle and back the other way. And then let's do the other side. So we're going to bend and straighten our knee on the other side. And then rotating our foot and the other side, going the other way. All right. Okay, let's continue now and do the forward fold. We'll come just halfway forward to start with. Your hands can be on your thighs, coming halfway forward with a flat back. And then we're going to fold all the way forward, just letting yourself kind of hang down. You can have a little bend in your knees. You can hold your opposite elbows if you want. Remember to let your head hang too. And maybe sway side to side if you like that. And then we're going to slowly roll back up to standing, coming back to our mountain pose. Let's sweep our arms up on the inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to take a swan dive down. We'll come halfway up with a flat back and then back down. Let's sweep our arms all the way back up again, looking up and bringing our hands to our heart. We'll do that twice more. Inhaling, sweeping up. Exhaling, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, sweeping back up, looking up, bringing our hands to our heart. We'll do it once more. Inhaling, sweeping up. Exhaling, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, sweeping up, maybe looking up and bringing your hands to your heart. All right, we're going to move on now, doing another little balancing thing here. We're going to have one arm off to the side. The other one is up at a diagonal. We're going to put one leg off at a diagonal. So we're making a diagonal line here with one arm, one leg. And we're just gonna see if we can lift that toe up off of the ground. So we're going to stand here just for a little bit with our foot lifted up off of the ground. And you can be thinking about taking some breaths here, some nice long inhales and exhales. And then we'll come back to our mountain pose. Let's do the other side. We have the other arm out. This one's up, and then our leg comes to the side, making a nice diagonal line, and then lifting our toe up off of the ground. And we're going to hold this up a little bit. It's okay if you need to put your toe down now and then to get your balance again. And it's okay if your standing leg is shaking just a little bit. All right, excellent. Coming back to our mountain pose. All right, we're going to come now to what's called chair pose by sitting in an invisible chair. So bending your knees, we're sitting in our invisible chair. We can bring our arms up. So your weight is back in your heels here. You can maybe even lift your toes up off of the ground and put them back down. Let's stand back up. We're going to do a twisted chair. We're coming back into our chair, this time with our hands at our heart. We're going to twist by bringing, let's bring our, let's say that's our left elbow, that we're bringing to our right knee. We're twisting across, twisting chair. See if you can have your hands still where they were, sort of like at your heart, twisting to the side. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll stand back up, taking a breath. And we'll go the other way. Okay, hands at our heart, back in our chair. Twisting the other side. Let's say that would be your right elbow to your left knee. See if you can twist open to the side. And if you're feeling like, oh yeah, this is fine, you can also split your arms here if you want, or keep your hands together. We'll come back to our mountain. We're going to come to the top of our mat. If you're not using a mat, just come to where you would have some space behind you, because we'll be lengthening out here. We're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale with the swan dive down. Inhale halfway up. This time we're putting our hands down on the mat, stepping back with one leg and then the other. And here we are now in plank pose. We're going to hold our plank pose just for, let's say, 2 cycles of breath. Breathing in and out. One more time. Breathing in and out. Let's lower our knees down and then the rest of ourselves down. And we're going to come into Sphinx pose here. I'm just going to scooch back just a little bit. All right, there we are. So here we are in Sphinx pose, and we're just on our forearms here with our toes pointed back. All right. Let's see if we can reach back. Oh, let's bend our, let's say that's our right leg, we're going to bend. And let's see if we can reach back for our ankle. If you want, you can come down more on the ground. You can come down to the ground, reaching back. See if you can hold your ankle, same side, hand and ankle. And then let's put that down. We'll do the other side. So we're going to bend our left knee and reach back for our left ankle. And again, if you'd rather do it down on the ground, you can. And we'll just hold that just for a little bit, maybe feeling a nice stretch here on your leg. If you cannot reach your ankle, maybe you can just like hold onto your pant leg or just have your knee bent up if you can't quite reach it. And then we'll put that back down. We're going to have our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to rise up, cobra pose, and back down. Let's take a breath in as we rise into cobra. A breath out, coming down. We'll go into cobra one more time. Coming up and back down. All right, very good. Let's come now into, we're going to do boat pose. So we're going to turn around. We're sitting on our sit bones, as they say in yoga. We're sitting on our sit bones here. So we're kind of balancing a little bit. You're not just like sitting like this. You're sitting more like balancing. We can have our hands back behind us. And then if you want, you can lift your legs up so your knees are bent. And you can bring your arms reaching forward here for boat pose. And if you want, you can straighten your legs. So you don't have to, you can keep your legs bent. Or you could even keep your hands behind you. You can even keep your feet down on the floor. Let's try it again though. So if you want, raising up your feet off the floor, reaching your hands forward, and maybe straightening your legs here in our boat pose, being on your sit bones. All right, very good. Let's put all that down. We're going to lay down on our back. We're going to hold our top of our knees and rotate our knees around a little bit like you're making a circle on the ceiling. Rotating a few times. And then rotating around the other way a few times. Let's come into the tight ball now, taking a breath in and then a breath out, expanding into Savasana. Your eyes can be lightly closed here, your arms a little bit away from your body. Let's take another nice breath in and sigh it out. Let's do that one more time, taking a nice long breath in, sighing it out, feeling yourself just kind of melting down into the earth, letting gravity take you into the earth. Feel free to stay here in Savasana as long as you wish. Or if you're done, you can roll to one side, come up to a seated position, And we'll end the class here. Thank you so much for joining. If you liked the class, please click like. And if you would like to subscribe, you could click the subscribe button. All right, thank you so much. Namaste. Bye now.